All right, guys. You guys want to blow up your back? Saw I blow my back up. You want a mass building back workout? Try this. You want bulging lats? You want Tyrannosaurus traps? You guys want lats like Dorian Yates with half the work and half fucking genetics? You want to figure out how to not work hard, get big? You want, this is the shortcut channel. I'm fascinated. I'm gonna show you guys a fucking thing right before I do. I'll fucking rant. If you don't like it, it's too fucking bad. It's so frustrating to me to like, there's a lot of people in this industry, and there's average people to do this too, but there's more people in the bodybuilding industry. They're like, how do I say this? They're basically like prostitutes for knowledge. And they like go around to all these different coaches, and they've trained with all these different people, and they've wanted to like be shown by all these people how to do things optimally, which is like, that's a good idea. Don't get me wrong, but like they go and they train with all these people, or they spend concentrated amounts of time with like very good trainers, or like over the years they've been with multiple people. But then like you see them training on their own, and they literally train at like a fucking 8th grade level. And we're talking about like, this could be pros. Like, it's just the worst training I've ever fucking seen, form-wise, technique-wise, like form laying out of a training session is just, it's like, fucking this, or that, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I have no goal here. I'm just moving shit around and leaving. Like, you're better off like going to help your friend move his apartment. You're just picking stuff up and putting it down. Literally, that's all you're doing in here. It's like, it's a spit in the face to like all the people that you've trained, that helped train you, or like you've been to like, kind of mentored by, that you've retained nothing. You've literally retained nothing from what you've been shown. But like when you were with that person, or like this person or that person, you were like, oh, it's completely changed how like I see this now, I see that now. But then you go, when you leave them, it's like just dry erase board all that off. Let's start clean. What's a dumbbell? It's like, it's fascinating to me. It's like I'm also fascinated. I see it every day. I watch it online, but I see it every day physically. I see people that have been working out, like I've talked about before, have been working out for decades. Like not 2 months, 3 months, decades. And they come in here every day and they're still trying to figure it out. I figured it out a while ago, man. I've been training the way I train, like I said before, for over a decade, longer. It's been an evolution that's been growing to what it is, but like, I will not train with anyone else. I have no interest in what someone else has to tell me. I'll gladly look at someone else's, like the way they move on something and like adapt it into what I do, or like take a little tip from here and there and like incorporate it. But like to be like, I train like, I'm waiting for this person, just got like a horse being led to water. Like, you're not drinking though. You're just standing there like, what do I do with that? He's like, drink the water, dude. Like, understand, like fucking understand that like, you need to like, if you want to grow in here, you want to be effective, you want to be the best in the world, you're going to have to formulate a strategy that allows you to come in here and constantly progress. And that's not doing new shit all the time. It's got to be, you got to pick your path, and you got to like incorporate stuff here and there, little tweaks, little arm changes, little angles, or like, but your foundation, like we talked about with the inertia and like understanding tempo, all of that has to be there. So if I wanted to change my training style up tomorrow, my foundation of my movement will not change going into that new training style. Like if it was like high intensity, or I started like doing this or that, like, or new exercises, I would still use the same movement principles on whatever new stuff I'm being shown. I would not let someone come in here, especially someone who's never competed in bodybuilding, maybe they have competed, is not a pro, never done anything with anybody, doesn't have a body to speak of their own. I would not let this person or these types of people tell me how to fucking put on muscle, because they don't know how to do it, dude. And that may be an ignorant thing to say to people, like, oh, people know what they're talking about. Very few. We're talking like less than 1%. No, like don't have any visual look like they know what they're doing and actually can make you understand and like get better. Because you have to, in this sport, you have to feel what you're telling people. If I don't know how to do this movement, if I pull this down and I just pull this thing down and I don't know where I feel it, I can't possibly tell you how to feel it. So if I don't know, like, oh, I locked my shoulder down, I set my head here, is my head forward or my head's forward? So I feel it better when it's forward. If feel better when it's back. This is all information you have to pass on to the people you're training or yourself and carry on throughout the training, because like that's what's going to make you better. You're like, it's equating it to this. Say you're a major league pitcher, starting pitcher in the major leagues. Okay, you have like, you pitch every 4th or 5th day, whatever the fuck it is. It's like saying every time you go out there, you try a new pitching style. So today I go out and I just throw like my standard shit that I do. Next time I go, I'm going to throw sidearm. So I'm going to literally like turn down sidearm, whip stuff in. And the next time I go out, I'm going to like high kick and like release high point. Like I'm going to have this high leg kick and huge drive. The next time I go, I'm just going to stand here and I'm just going to like do these like whips. It's like, no, you have a repeated pattern that you follow that makes you efficient at what you do, and therefore makes you win games and like pitch well. From the way you set up to like the way you catch the ball, the way you like turn, how you set your foot, step, look up. All this shit is ingrained. This has to be when you get in machines. I have to be able to like sit here. I have to set myself here. I have to stand here, sit, understand where my body is first, my legs, set my head now, understand where my hands are, and now I'm ready to move. And I'm ready to release and here. I don't just come in the gym and go, whoa, what's this? Do you know what I mean? I think, oh man, back. This machine's really good for back. Because it moves like in a different way. It's like, what the fuck are we talking about, man? Like I honestly feel sorry for these people because I see them every day. I see it online. People are getting duped all the time. This guy or that guy's telling you this new way to do shit. Oh, don't do it like this, do it like that. 90% of them don't have it figured out. That's why they're online giving advice. Like me, I'm not a pro bodybuilder. I never stepped on the Olympic stage, but I am a pro bodybuilder, but I never like competed in the Olympia. I never did all this stuff, but I understood what it took to build muscle, and I was bigger than fucking all you fuckers out there. I may not have been the prettiest, but I was bigger than all you, and I'm probably still bigger than all of you, right? Without even trying. So I still have like a concept of what I'm doing, which is like the guy who's fucking never did well, like fucking never had any muscle to speak of, was never like some like known for like his muscle prowess. Like he was just like, oh, stand here and I'm big, and he's telling you do this, do that. Like there's specific examples I can think of that. I won't say their fucking names because I don't want to get into like a fucking pissing match with these motherfuckers. But like, it's bad, man. It's very bad. I forget what I was gonna do here. Oh yeah. So there's a lot of talk. People write me all the time, and you'll see this question asked to anybody who puts up a Q&A, any form or like type of discussion where there's people asking broad questions. They say, how do I work on back width? How do I get my back wider? What exercises do I do for back width? Like, first of all, let me give you guys a hack so you don't have to ask that question ever again. When you guys are speaking about back width, you're talking about like your projection. So you're not talking like, I don't walk around with my open lat spread like this. Do you know what I mean? I don't like, then I would be really wide all the time because I'm sitting here like this, like, but who the fuck stands like this? I stand here. So I don't want to like, are you trying to walk around like in a front relaxed like this all the time? Like this width is somehow going to help you? It's like, no, but if you want to work on what's known as like projection of your back, which is like opening here and chest up, this is like a front relaxed position, or like front lat spread, whatever the fuck, front double. I want to have this projection and being able to like open up my pose and be wider like that. All that shit has to do is with proper back training, first of all, but if you really want to emphasize it and you think that it's a problem for you, start doing pulls in the same position that you're trying to achieve. So if I want to be in a front relaxed and be wider, I should probably pull in that position to get my body to like set into that spot and understand that I don't want to be here. I don't want to be anywhere. I just want to be able to be here and be wide. So I want to have flared lats and my shoulders forward, right? So if I think about that, we're going to have to do things what I would deem as doing them wrong. But we're doing them wrong with a purpose, so they're no longer wrong, right? So if I'm sitting here, most of the time we've talked about before, we were talking about pulling through into upper. We've talked about being low in shoulders here and head down and squeezing into mid upper back, which is like, you can see my shoulders are narrow. I'm trying to get clearance of my elbow behind me, or like at least level with my body, but I'm trying to be tucked in and down on my elbow, right? So my back is arched and I'm pressed forward. If I want to do the opposite of that, I want to create this position where my elbows are way in front of me and I'm rounded in my back and my head's down. So from behind, you can see my back is rounded now. So I'm here, and I'm head back, and I'm purposely tucking my elbows way in front of me, so that when I pull, I already have lats open. My lats are wide as they can be right now. I'm just gonna drive into open lat. So I'm still gonna rock and do what I do, but I'm gonna rock into this open lat that never collapses in like that. So I don't end up here. I end up on this lat that stays open, and I swing on that open lat all the time. So I'm only gonna get, if you look here, my lat is open. I'm trying to keep this lat open so when I pull it doesn't tuck away like this. I'm trying to keep my lat wide like this, and I'm trying to literally drive my elbow into that open lat. So my lat never closes. I'm trying to drive into an open lat and squeeze my elbow wide into an open lat. So I'm almost coming around and getting teres in like rear delt. I'm driving into that upper outer lat insertion where it is. So I want to be in this position where I'm pulling in the position I want to be wider in. So I've set my lats forward when I stand here, and I can sit down with it. So I can almost have a hook grip. I don't even have to have this grip anymore. I can have a hook grip, and I can keep my lats flared, and I can just rock in. So I'm trying to reach around and open back and slide around. So my pulls become like this instead of this up through stuff. So try that on like any movement you want to do. Even if it's a pull that's forward, I can still be open wide and lats, and I can feel my mid back pushing out, so I'm almost rounded, and I can pull till that back starts to cave in, and then I let back out. I don't pull till I get retraction and arch and lift and scapular set down. I just pull around things and keep that back width in mind. So that way my back is more conditioned to open, because it understands that open feeling. A lot of you guys just have never opened your backs and don't pull properly to begin with. So you're like, where's all this, like, why am I not wider? It's like, well, you can't control your scapula, you can't control your shoulders, you can't control to manipulate the position of your back to make yourself wider. I'm not the widest guy in the world, but I can sit here right now like I'm the biggest guy ever, because I know how to open my lats and punch forward. But when I sit here normally, I'm just... Another public service announcement of the fitness industry and males in general. It's time to heavily consider abolishing the male tramp stamp. The lower thigh tattoo on men. So it's getting ridiculous, guys. Like, you have to think about the things you do. I'm talking a guy with his head tattooed and his face tattooed. You have to think about later on in life, guys. Like, okay, say you're in your 20s now, you get these, like, I don't know what you get. You guys get like butterflies, or like a date, like a written date on your leg, or like, I don't know, live, laugh, love. I don't know what the fuck it is. So you understand that, like, your shorts, you're getting that tattoo there. Because if I got that tattoo there, you can't see my leg tattoos. So, you're getting that specific tattoo because you wear shorts this high, which is like the trend right now in the fitness industry. Nowhere else in the world are people doing that still, by the way. There's no place in fashion. There's no place in like hype beast culture. No one's doing the short thing anymore. We're just keeping it alive in the gym. So the guys in the gym are really liking it, because they get to show off their legs to each other. Because not one girl's like we said, has ever said, oh my God, I love his shorts. They're like, what's up with your shorts, dude? Then you guys blatantly ignore that, because you're just trying to mate with each other, which is fine. Okay, like, but it's like, you have to understand, when you get older, let's say you're like 25 now, and you grow up, and you're like, you have a family, let's say, right? And your kid, well, God knows what kids are going to be like soon, because they all think that they're fucking cats or whatever the way they want to be, they're allowed to be. But like, they're at least going to be like when you're older, because you're going to like calm down. You're not going to be like this, like, oh, I follow these weird trend things. Like, so you're going to be sitting there, and like, you'll be at like a pool party or something, or like your kid will see you, and like your shirt will like pop up, so it'll be like kind of here, and you only have one tattoo, and it's like this weird, whatever the fuck it is, like your birthday in Roman numerals, and you're like, and your kid are like, what's that? And you're like, oh, it's my thing. Like, why'd you get it there though? Like, why didn't you get it on your arm or like your chest? Like, why didn't you get it somewhere? Like, well, because I used to wear my shorts like this, and like, it was the thing to do back then. So you're basically, you guys with these wear thigh tattoos, you're now the tribal armband guys from the 90s and 2000s. So like you're basically the Goldberg tattoo on the arm. It's here now. Is you saw one guy do it, and we all know who it was. We saw these guys do it. Multiple guys do the tattoos here for their short shorts with their less than manly legs. And they're like, and freshly shaved, I might add. Super shaved. Not a hair on there. Like a fucking dolphin. And you're like, that's what I want to do. I want to copy that and do that. I want no tattoos anywhere else. So like, this guy's got fucking on his face, making fun of people. I'd like to think that my face tattoo is more acceptable than that fucking thigh tattoo. That is fucked up shit. Well, anyway, back to the good stuff. There's a certain basement dwelling troll in the fitness industry who loves to thinks he's passing on knowledge to people, like thinks he's helping people out with like his wide breadth of knowledge. Like he thinks he's like just such a fucking like a beacon of light in this industry, but he's the shithead. He's a fucking shit disturber, and he's a chicken that hides in his basement and doesn't come out of his house, like and show his face ever, right? But he has passed his judgment on all these people. So this person, who will remain nameless, because I would never speak the name of a loser on this channel. I'll never, ever speak the name of a loser and give them any type of shine. This individual called out an individual that I'm cool with, who trains, has a lot of great training ideas, does talk about all the stuff that I talk about, does have movement like mine, but does his own thing as well. And I appreciate him like supporting me. He supports me. I support him. I think that good movement and good lifting practices should be passed on by everybody. No one's copying anyone. It's just about making this industry better and stop letting shitheads run the fucking industry that have no idea what they're doing, right? So this person, I say kid for lack of a better word, I don't want to say his name either because I don't want to rope him into this, but he was doing a demonstration on a rear delt movement. And he was talking about, you know, when you're pushing out on rear delts with like your dumbbell hanging over a bench or wherever you're standing, you want your grip light so you can really extend your arm and push away, which is the 100% true. If I did dumbbell swings like with my rear delt, I just wanted to hang here, I wouldn't want to squeeze my dumbbells and go, because all I do is close this chain, get my traps up and go like this. I'm just pushing away for no reason. But if I hang my hands low, now my tension's like down here on my pinky, I can sweep out on a Y. Or I can sweep out on a T, or I can go on a Y behind me. Whatever, an A, whatever. A's, Y's, T's, whatever, right? So I can push out here, and I have loose hands because this tension's down here now. It's not up here. Do you know what I mean? So he's talking about grip tension. He's giving like a tip. Flash to douchebag. Douchebag's like, guys, don't ever do that. You never want to do that. That's exactly what he sounds like. So he's talking about, you know, you have to, in order for you to feel a muscle, you need to squeeze anything you're pulling. And that's how you create connection to the muscle. That's how it flexes. Incorrect. Like, you're incorrect 100%, dude. Like, maybe if you came out of your basement every once in a while, you'd fucking see that you learn how to train a little better and stop thinking that what you do is like actually works and see people actually train for real. But like, if I'm here on a back movement, as an example of a loose grip, that's my grip. Does that look tight? That's my grip. I'm holding 60 pounds. I can hold that because all my weight's here, right? Because I'm not trying to go like this. And pull this, right? I'm not trying to close my chain. So if I'm here with these light hands, look, I can do it with 3 fingers. If I'm here with light hands and I swing up through and I flex, I get all the retraction I need in my shoulder, all the pressure I need into the pad, any angle I want to pull, up through. When I pull, I'm getting a little tighter when I pull. I'm squeezing a little bit to get that connection to the tension I need to pull the weight, but I'm not going and like trying to squeeze this thing Like if I get it deep, if it starts tight and it stays tight and it pushes out tight, and I just keep this tight grip, because all I've done here is now lock my forearm. My forearm is doing everything. My forearm is like literally displacing like a majority of the weight, and I'm not even able to connect to my back because I can't get it to relax. I can't get into position because I'm just pulling this handle physically. So I can't even get my back to just up and arch. Even if I arch properly, I don't feel anything. But if I'm loose and swinging, I can fold here and I can drag up through. So it's the same shit on biceps. I don't need to squeeze my dumbbell. I don't need to squeeze my dumbbell to flex it, because all you see that does is flex my forearm. All I have to do is hold things lightly and just roll up through them. It's balance on a dumbbell. It's not fucking tension. Might as well show it. Fuck it. Even if I'm curling 15 pounds, I don't know why anyone curls like 60s and all this shit. Cool, you got arms like that, I guess. Do it. Whatever. But anyway, if I'm going to lock down on my grip now, which is the number one problem I have teaching people arms, is that they want to squeeze this dumbbell and then they want to manhandle this dumbbell up. So they want to like literally bend their arm and curl their forearm like that. That's how most of you curl. You know that too, watching. You for sure. Like not even close to being like kidding on that. This is, or it's this. It's the swing up and then the, you know what I mean? You got to see it. You got to get control of that weight or it doesn't count, right? So, like I said, my hands are loose here. I have a closed grip on it, so I'm squeezing my palm to it, but I'm not tight. I'm just squeezing my palm. So I'm not tense in my forearm. I'm just holding enough to be able to grasp the dumbbell. So if you understand what the difference in that is, if I push my hand onto a dumbbell here, and then I close my hand, I now have the dumbbell in my palm. I don't need to pick it up and go like this. People will pick it up and then they go, and like try and like get a tighter grip on it. It's like, just put your fucking palm on it and pick it up and keep it glued to your palm. Because look at all this stuff I can do once it's done that. I can rotate, supinate, I can do whatever I want. Because I have a grip on it, just like an anchor on a boat, like we talked about. If I put the fucking anchor down on a boat, if you're on a boat right now, I throw the anchor over, it goes and hits the bottom, right? The anchor might move a little bit, but it stays in one spot. And the boat moves around it, right? But the anchor stays where it is and the boat can travel around the length of the rope. Like, you know what I mean? It's the same with like the dumbbells. When I pick up dumbbells or I pick up weight, I'm now rooted down low on this dumbbell, holding on tight with my hand, but my body can do whatever the fuck it wants. Like, my tension's down here. I don't immediately go, and turn. See what I mean? So it's just here. So if I have a lighter grip and I can turn my hand out, because if I'm squeezing too hard, good luck opening. Good luck supinating. You're going to get here and go, and do your fucking, I got to turn out. I got to turn out when I curl. It's like, yeah, because you haven't been able to rotate here because you're holding the fucking thing so tight. So I can slip to like fingertip grip and I can squeeze. I can come up. So when I curl, I'm light here if I want. I can curl, squeeze. I want to keep my forearm as loose as possible. It's not going to be loose like it's not activated, but like I want to keep it loose enough that I can just slide up. So I'm literally just swinging, getting that bicep to grab so that I'm going like this. I'm just high-fiving. Swing down, high five. I'm not going. But this person who's telling people that you need to over-grip everything you do, I'll bet you money if this person shows their physique, they got a forearm development that looks like a fucking grotesque, like gout. Like it's a hardened mass here. Their arm doesn't open more than right there. And they stand like this, and when they go to curl, it's like, because they've never they just grip the fuck out of everything, and it's just missed their tension, right? But you're telling people how to train. You're telling a kid who has a better physique than you, when it comes down to it, and this person was a pro bodybuilder, you're telling that kid who has a better physique than you that he's telling people wrong. He looks better than you. He may be smaller, but he looks better than you, development-wise. This drives me fucking crazy. These like, when you make a living, like, yes, you can critique people, you can like share your opinion. When you make your living off of like purely other people's content, like you don't have any of your own original content, you're just like a fucking You're just like this like little fucking lurking troll under a bridge, like waiting for someone to throw you scraps. Like, what can I make fun of today? Oh, this guy, he said dumbbells are not good. I think dumbbells are good. Like, that way I have content for years. Like, it's like, if you're going to do that, contribute and show, maybe present an argument as to why this is better. Don't just say, like, you got to grip things harder. That's how you squeeze the muscle. You sound like a fucking idiot. That's a fucking dumb, like, why? Why is that the case? Just because you think it's the case? Like, some of them, like, oh, I squeeze the dumbbell, I understand this and that, I lock down here, this and that. There's none of that. It's just like, guys, don't listen to these idiots out here. I know everything. I've never left my basement in 5 years. Like, get a life, dude.
What about the fish that only want to like sharks and you just get like a creamy ride?
What? Yeah,
The whole time, like, did we eat the fish or like attach themselves?
they're like little sucker fish.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Yeah.
Here for the free ride.
Yep. It's like, go get your own ride, man. Swim.
Go get your own food.
But yeah, for real though, like, guys, stop getting thigh tattoos. Please. Get like a leg sleeve. Don't get an individual, like, it looks like the size of a button, like, thigh tattoo. And then you tell people, like, you have tattoos? I got tattoos. Where are they at? Pull down your pants. Check that out. Or pull your shorts up. Look at that. It's my grandmother's birds. It's actually an ancient Chinese proverb for luck. Meanwhile, it says like combo number 5, fried rice and fucking Dutch fat fries or some shit.